think it's working. You're too tall for this. How tall are you?
About 6'1".
That
People
sounds.
always say I'm taller, but I think it's
yeah.
just because I'm of my frame.
You look taller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi. Who are you?
Alex Brokamp. I'm a furniture and lighting designer based in Los Angeles, and I guess I'll talk a little bit about the collection I have here and kind of the ideas that it's based around. I think.
But Alex, no. First, desserts. We need to talk about desserts first.
Of course.
And we're gonna talk about your things afterwards.
That's better.
I brought dessert. You did not bring anything from America to me. So I brought some French cookies. Do you want to show the audience what you have?
Yeah, it's some Bon Madame chocolate cookies.
Yeah.
Look pretty good.
Yeah. Try one.
I'm more of an ice cream guy.
You know that
I love cookies. Like anything chocolate, I'll eat. So.
Like 90% of everyone I've interviewed so far says eye cream is their preference. Mm-hmm. Why do you think that? Why do you think eye cream is so like the thing?
I don't know. It's just like for me, it's like it's very nostalgic. Like just a summer day, going with like my parents down and getting like an ice cream cone. Yeah. So I think it like has a lot of good memories with that. But yeah.
Well, I remember when I saw you the first time. I saw you in New York in May, actually. I attended the ICFF fair, and you were selected for one of the Young Designers Awards things there. What was that?
So it was ICFF Studio, and ICFF Studio is a sponsored show that Bernhardt puts on. So they select a handful of designers from all over the world to come and show at ICFF. What's great about that is they're really pushing young designers and giving them an opportunity to get their name out there. And because of that, I think that's like one of the big reasons why I was able to show at this show. Jerry Helling, who is the head of Bernhardt Design, he was the one that nominated me for this show. So.
And you showed that table.
Yeah, the aluminum coffee tables. They're called the Collate tables.
I love that.
So, thank you.
Can I have it?
Maybe. We'll talk after.
Is it recycled aluminum or?
So it's all CNC milled aluminum, the tabletops. But yeah, the whole piece is constructed from aluminum. I work with a lot of fabricators around the Los Angeles area to like help me make a lot of my pieces.
How do you handle the sustainability topic that's so like on point right now?
I mean, aluminum is like a recyclable material. Me personally, like I always try to be like conscious of it and make things that are gonna be used and be used for a long period of time. So I think that's like the most important thing to me is to make something that's like going to last and trying to create something that's timeless but is still of the moment as well is important to me as well.
So you address it by doing long-lasting things. That's what you do. Is that your answer to addressing that?
And just making things that are made the right way. Working with like professional fabricators, whether it's metal workers, woodworkers, machinists, and just using quality materials.
Right.
Yeah.
You're the first young designer on Design&Dessert. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Oh, you're that old.
28. Yeah.
You're so old. You're not going to be in the next show. I'm sorry. No, well, let's talk about Paris. We're here now at Maison&Objet, and you're being selected as one of the. There are eight American talents, or how many are there?
There's six of us, and then there's some people have it's like 2 or 3 people are here, and then some it's just one person.
What do you expect from a fair like this?
I mean, so
context, obviously, but I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I think just to experience a new market. Like I've never been to Paris, so in addition to this show, I'm showing a piece at Galerie Joseph at another kind of off-site show. Right. But yeah, just experiencing the city. I've never been to Paris, and I think it'll be interesting to see like what the market is in Europe, and just see, I guess, get a better understanding of what people are interested in.
Out of all these 6 selected designers, I think you're the most interesting. Well, not personally, but your objects are, your design is. How do you think the American design stands out to the European? I mean, is there a difference between American and European design?
So for me, like I think what is great about American design is it doesn't really have like as rich of a history as European design does, which I mean can be both good and bad. But I think what's good about it is everyone kind of draws from different aspects of like their own life or their own like personal history or personal backgrounds. And I think that's like really evident within all the work at the Rising Talents exhibition because everyone's booth is very different. And I think, but they all shown together. I think it's like a really like powerful exhibit.
So are you planning on your? We need to talk about dessert as well. We forgot about that. I forgot. I got excited. I got excited. Let's skip that. Let's focus on dessert. If you would cook dessert for me, what would you do?
I do.
Do
like,
you ever do desserts at home?
I mean, I'm more of just get ice cream or a milkshake, but I do.
You can make homemade ice cream. You can make that.
Yeah, I do. I would probably make a banana cream pie. That's also one of my favorites. Yeah, it's just nice and refreshing. You can eat a lot of it without. It's not too heavy. So yeah.
But if you go to a restaurant, do you always have dessert, or do you always do starter or?
Yeah, every once in a while I'll get dessert. Yeah, I tend to.
Student still. You're on student loan and everything.
I'm on a tight budget, so. But yeah, I mean, it's more of like. I like to if I go out to a restaurant with like friends, it's always fun to like order like a few different desserts and split them. Yeah. But yeah, it's more of like a special like occasion.
You have a visitor. Hello. Hello. Do you like Alex's things?
Yeah, it's huh? Yes. Yes, I like the metal and I don't know the material, but it's very fashion and.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Bye. Well, that was not your things.
That's okay.
I like your things. I prefer your things to the other ones, so don't worry. How was the coffee? Can you drink French strong coffee? I mean, American coffee is really bland to me.
I love coffee. That's like that's how I'm gonna like survive like my time in Paris, just because we're so busy and. But yeah. Every morning I have to have a coffee and like dessert too, like coffee with pastry or.
So next difficult topic. I mean, the whole design industry is changing. I mentioned that to you also before we started. Retail is dying. Everyone's talking about sustainability. I mean, there are like lots and lots of tricky questions. What's your take on this? I mean, how are you going to survive? Are you going to make any money? No, a big question. Are you going to make any money, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. So I think, I think like there's a lot of good like galleries such as like ones like Future Perfect and like Matter in the U.S. that really support American design, and even in Paris, the Trioed Gallery really has a focus on American design. So I think places like that are going to become more and more important.
But isn't then design becoming more and more like art?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like what I really like about design is like finding the right balance between like art and I guess more like functional objects. But yeah, so I think places like that, and I think there are like a few like online retailers, but at the same time, it's like that can become like very oversaturated, and like sometimes they're not like as curated as well, and it's just a lot of work, and it kind of just gets lost. But
have you figured out what your graduation project is going to be yet?
Yeah, so I'm actually once I get back from Paris, I have to give like a kind of an initial like presentation for my thesis, and it's as of right now, it's like revolving around this idea of superstition. So I hope to create a collection that kind of has that driving it.
Like broken mirrors and stuff. Or?
Yeah. So I'm not sure like how literal.
We need to eat cake as well. The cookie, sorry. broken mirrors, yeah.
Yeah, broken mirrors and like don't step on a crack and stuff like that. And I think it all kind of that came to me as like when I was younger, My grandmother and my mom, they would always tell me like to never put my shoes like on the table because like you'd get bad luck.
Right.
So I think, so I think I like to draw a little bit from my own personal story, from my work. Rather it, even if it like doesn't necessarily show through in the end, but I think it is important to have like your own personal like touch and story in your work.
So we basically just have 1 more minute.
Okay.
Almost, yeah.
This has gone by fast.
I know, I'm telling you. 15 minutes is like nothing. Do you see the people see the things in the boxes here? These are actually not filled. They looked like they were filled with stuff. What are they?
Yeah, so it's actually glass that has a digital print on it of an OSB texture, so to mimic like a shipping pallet, which is appropriate because everything here came on pallets. But yeah, so with this piece, I kind of just wanted to like play with this idea of material and kind of like challenge notions like in context.
So it's supposed to look like hay, is that, or like wood fibers?
Yeah,
or
like OSB wood.
Right.
It's commonly used in like making crates and shipping. Yeah. So it's kind of like this play on material where it's saying like, please handle with care, like glass, thinking there's glass inside, but the pieces are actually made of glass. So, yeah.
Well, I think we are. Well, we have one more question. We have time for one more question.
Okay.
I just looked at the timing on the phone on my iPhone. I'm filming everything with my iPhone, so it's like not very high tech. And you're doing coffee. I also asked you to prepare an answer for the question: when was the last time you fell in love with a piece? Because I think there's also something with the design industry today. This is an extremely personal opinion. I think a lot of things look the same. We're at a fair. There's nothing wrong with this fair at all, but fairs are, they're just actually showing repetitiveness. So there are a lot of things that look the same. When was the last time you fell in love and bought something or was considering buying something?
I think if I could buy like a piece today, like I've always liked the Bolt stool by Note Design Studio. To me, it's just what I like.
They're my friends.
Okay, great. Yeah, so they're like that piece really is like what I hope to make. It's very simple, but it's very like technically refined. It's just simple and familiar, but you kind of like wonder like how the connection is made. So yeah, that's, if I could have a piece right now, that's what I would go buy.
I'll ask them to send you something.
Great. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm well connected.
We can do a trade.
Yeah, I need that aluminum table. I definitely need that. Well,
Yeah.
Alex, it was nice talking to you. I really think you're one of the next international shooting stars. I think that when I look at your everything you've done, it's really, really thought through. It's different, has its own story. And again, in a world where everything is repetitive, you stand out as being something different. I like that. Continue that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, how's your French?
Un petit peu. I speak.
Oh, really? Yeah. Did you French in school?
In high school, I took French, but I've since forgotten most of it. But
So we're just going to say au revoir.
okay. Au revoir.
I'm going to see you. Are you going to go to ICFF in May next year?
I don't know. Maybe.
You're going to win something there, so. Well,
We'll see. I don't know.
I'm going to go there, and I hope I see you again, and I'll do a follow-up with your graduation project and see what happens.
Yeah.
So, bye.
See ya. Thank you.